Hey everyone, it's Bigfoot. Today, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of trail vlogging for both you, the viewers, and for us, the creators. Well, to open things up, last year when I started my channel and I began my thru hike, I knew nothing about vlogging. So I had an experience of not knowing anything going into my thru hike last year and learning on the trail. Now, this year, I'm on the other side of things where I'm actually the viewer and I'm watching others do the same thing I went through last year. And I wanted to kind of talk about what the do's and the don'ts are for both sides. So let's start with the viewers first. So, do's. Let's talk about commenting. So the first thing that you should do is comment. I will tell you it was super inspiring to read everyone's comments when we're out there on the trail. A lot of times when we get service for us vloggers out there, and the first thing that we want to check is the comments. See what people are saying about our videos, and even if it's just something as little as, hey, you're doing awesome, keep it up, whatever, it was just super inspiring, and it really got us through and got me through some of my difficult days. And in addition to that, there are things that we share during our vlogs that might be struggles or perhaps maybe insight to what some of you might have gone through, because a lot of us that are watching now have gone through some of those experiences. So it's really helpful for you to be able to provide some of your experience by commenting on maybe some suggestions, because that definitely helped out, and it definitely helped me out with lots of different things last year, not only to make better videos, but also experience on the trail that helped me learn without having such a steep learning curve. The next do is, if you are enjoying the videos, please like the videos. It is super helpful to us to know that what we're doing, the content that we're creating, that you guys are enjoying it. And one of the ways for us to be able to do that is to read the comments and to see how many likes that we have. Now, I know that there's some other folks out there that maybe you don't enjoy, and maybe they deserve a dislike. I'm not here to debate that, but if you enjoy and want to support, like our videos. And the last do is spread the word. So there's a ton of us out there that are vlogging each year. I know there's probably more and more each year as technology progresses and vlogging becomes more popular. So there's a lot of folks out there vlogging, and we can learn from each other. And there were a lot of people last year that I only learned of through the commenting and others spreading words of other vloggers. An example of that would be Spielberg. I didn't even know who Spielberg was until a bunch of you had mentioned in my comments about Spielberg and a little bit of his history that prompted me to check out his video and really helped me out with a lot of things. It gave me a different creative style to be able to work with on my videos. And the same thing would go for others. So again, if you want to support us and you want to kind of spread the word and you enjoy our content and you're watching someone else that maybe we could be of help with them, do the same thing. That is really helpful. Let's talk about the don'ts. So the first don't is don't be a troll. We have a hard enough time out there on the trail, figuring things out, walking 10, 15, 20, 25 miles each day, whether it's downpouring rain, whether it's in the 20s, we're freezing our butts off, or it's 85 degrees hot and sweaty, whatever the things that we encounter on the trail are. But it's not easy. And there are a lot of people out there that comment on our vlogs that have no purpose outside of just bringing somebody down. And it is really frustrating for us creators. We're out there trying our best, and there are people that are just saying really rude remarks. And in the beginning, it definitely got to me. Now, I didn't have a really popular channel in the beginning of my hike, so I didn't have as many of them, but there were a few that I had, And there were some comments that in the beginning affected me, and I didn't know how to take them. And I took them a little personally. And, you know, I see now with the 2017 class that are out there right now, there's a few people out there that are trolling, and I know that that's going to happen, but it is really helpful when others stick up for us and helps support us. So I guess going back to the do's, that's another thing that you can do, is help by helping support us. So if you don't like our video and you don't have something nice to say, just dislike our video and move on. And, you know, all it's going to do is just create a bunch of drama. And, you know, these channels, some people probably like drama, but the majority of us hate drama, and we don't want it in our vlogs. The second don't is kind of goes back to what I mentioned with the first don't, but don't call us out in front of our community. So what I mean by that is, if we're doing something that to you seems really dumb, or maybe it might even be kind of embarrassing, others might feel that same way, and it's better to actually private message us through YouTube than saying it in the comments that, again, might embarrass some of us out there and, you know, just belittle us. So it would be more helpful, more effective to just send a private message. I've had that a number of times with me, whether it was something that I mispronounced or I was doing something the wrong way, and instead of them calling me out in front of everyone and making me feel stupid or incompetent, they just sent me a message, and I appreciated that. And the last don't is, don't post your links of GoFundMe or ways to support your channel that has nothing to do with our channel, with our community. There's a lot of times that I see on my links in my channel, excuse me, in my comments, where folks are posting their GoFundMe page, and that's it, to help them fund their journey. I think there's other places for that, and a lot of people will get offended by that. I don't, but a lot of people do. Now, usually you have to approve those comments, but again, from a don't standpoint, don't do that, because it's just not considerate, especially when it's someone else's vlog. All right, well, that wraps up the do's and the don'ts for the viewer. Let's talk about the creator. So do's for a creator. First, show your personality. You don't have to be like another vlogger that has had a lot of success out there on the trail vlogging their journey. What attracts viewers to you is your personality. And I think you see that this year on the trail with the different personalities that we see. Whether it's Early Riser, Red Mage, Kiwi, but you see lots of different personalities, and that's what makes them unique, and that's what attracts people to them. So don't feel like you have to be a certain way. Just be you. Be your personality. The second, I think it's important to show both the good and the bad days. Most of the community that are following you on your vlog are there to support you. Yeah, there is the 1 out of every 1,000 that aren't, but most are there to support you. And it's more helpful for us to be able to support you when you can show us how we can. And the only way you can do that is by not just talking about all the great things that are happening out in the trail, but what your struggles are. You know, I think that shows humility, and I think that's okay. There might be some things that you're embarrassed to talk about, so don't talk about that. But I think it's important to talk about some of the bad days. I personally did that a lot, and I had a lot of people comment that would help inspire me and really help get me through some really, really dark, tough days. And I don't think that I would have had that support if I didn't talk about the struggles that I went through. The next do is ask viewers for their opinion, their perspective. I am seeing that a lot more this year than what I did back on my vlog in 2016, and I wish I would have done that more. There are so many people out there that have all kinds of different experiences, and the great thing about being in this tight community that we have here is leveraging others' experiences. And I think that is so cool. And if you're comfortable with it, I would highly encourage you as a creator to throw out there and ask for perspective on some things. And maybe it's for a decision that you need to make, maybe it's for somewhere to stay in a trail town coming up, or it could be something that you've already done and maybe what would they do. But I think it's great to be able to ask perspective from your fellow supporters on your vlog. You'll be surprised of how much you'll learn from everybody just doing that. And the last two is give shout outs to other fellow thru hikers that have helped you out, that are personalities that you enjoy, and others that might be vlogging as well. You know, this is a community. We're really close, and it's really cool when we can support each other, and that's one way that you can support another fellow hiker, another fellow creator, is by just mentioning them on your vlog. You know, I wouldn't do that with someone that you didn't enjoy, but you know, folks that, and most of the folks that are out there on the trail are really cool. They have great personalities, and others might be able to get something from them and might enjoy their company just as much as you did. So that's something that, you know, I tried to do, and I wish I would have done even more, but I think that's really helpful and just, again, help support all of us creators. So give out shout outs when necessary to your fellow other creators. All right, that kind of wraps up the do's. All right, well, let's talk about the don'ts of a creator. The first don't is don't let someone get under your skin. That's really difficult. I know it's really difficult. It's probably a common don't for any creator outside of vlogging on the trail, but there are going to be people that you just can't please. It takes a little while to learn that. It took me probably half my journey to figure out that I just can't make every person happy. And if you are so concerned about making every person happy, you're not going to be you. You're not going to really show your personality. You're going to tiptoe around things, and it's just not you. It's not going to be comfortable. So be you, and don't let someone get under your skin. You'll have a lot of people that will support you and back you up, but don't go down to their level. They're just trying to create drama. They're trying to make you feel terrible. You're the one that's out on the trail. You're doing all the work. They're sitting at home on their couch in front of their computer, and most of them have no clue what it's like of what we're going through out there. The next don't feel like you have to upload your videos all the time. Do it when it works best for you. This is something that I learned the hard way that really put a lot of stress on me on the trail last year. I had a hard time trying to figure out how to upload my videos and keep my pace, and it affected my hike in the beginning. There were times that I probably could have enjoyed the experience more if I wasn't so stressed out about that. So do it when you have time. Do it when it makes sense. Don't feel like you have to upload. If you're doing a daily vlog and you don't have cell service or don't have great broadband internet and you have to upload 7 days at once, that's fine. Everybody understands. So don't let it take away from your experience. And this segues into my last don't. Vlogging is really difficult. For those of you that are thinking about vlogging on the trail, it is so rewarding, but it's really difficult. And there are things that you'll have to learn the hard way on the trail, and there will be times that you feel like the vlog might be more important than what your reason for being on the trail is. And don't let that happen. Don't let your vlog ruin your experience. If it starts to ruin your experience, stop vlogging or do it less often. Again, people understand, but you're probably not heading out to thru hike the Appalachian Trail just to vlog your journey. I know that wasn't what my purpose was, and about 99.9% of other folks that do that on the trail's purpose either. So don't let it ruin your experience. Well, that wraps up my list, and these are just kind of the things that came top of mind to me. I would love to hear from others out there, both you guys, the viewers, And those of you that are creators out there that are watching my channel as well, love to hear your feedback on any do's or don'ts. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate everything you do for our community. Stay tuned for my next sighting, and remember to always follow Bigfoot.